What's going on, y'all? It's your man's Jam here, and we are back here on the Journey Across Media podcast. We are on season 2, episode 18, and this is a little bit of a new type of podcast for me. It's funny because Dennis was talking about it with me the other day. He's like, "Man, you all over the place with stuff. You doing shows, you talk about games, movies. Then now he out of nowhere, you coming on to talk about music." And I was like, "Yeah, man, it's just we journey across media at this point. I just talk about everything I like and indulge into." And so before we get started, I got to introduce my guest. As I just mentioned, Dennis is here, and at this point, y'all are seeing him like every other episode. It's like if I can't get somebody on, I'm like, "Yo, bro, can you slide through?" He's like, "Yeah, sure." So,
Yeah.
Dennis, what's up? How you doing, bro?
Man, I'm good. I'm good. This one's an easy one for me to come through. So, I mean, I'm a big JCole fan. This is an easy one, but I'm interested to hear takes from our boy Trippy who does the music thing. So, definitely interested.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And you just already gave a nice setup for our next guest, my guy Trippy, aka Lord Trippy. It was only right that I had you come on for my first pod, like about music, first pod episode about music, because as Dennis said, you do music, but you also had me on your live for music. So I was like, I gotta pay the respect back. So I appreciate you for coming through, bro. How you doing today?
What's up? What's up, Jim? Bro, thank you for having me. Yeah, Lord Trippy Basement. Shout out to Highest Basement Collective. Dennis, what's good, bro? Good to see you. I'm
Yeah.
excited to talk music, bro. We've been waiting this album for a while. To be honest, when we talked on our live about our top tens of last year, your music like critique and interest really threw me for a loop and like really opened me to different perspectives for real. So, and I did listen to that Morgan Wallen album. I got through more of it than I thought I could have. So there you go. But yeah, thanks for having me, bro.
Yes, sir. No, of course, of course. Like I said, I'm glad that I could have y'all both on. We were supposed to have another guest on, but couldn't make it. It's all good. But then the other guest I was gonna have on, he's also just like Dennis, one of the biggest J. Cole fans I know. So I was like, it's only right I gotta have somebody that's a J. Cole fan on, as I am myself. That has changed. I don't want to say badly, like a negative over the years, but I've gone from really appreciating certain artists, not just Cole specifically, but like really appreciating certain artists to like just feeling like I just like the art in general. So it's like from different artists that I didn't think like Trippy just mentioned, Morgan Wallen. It's like, oh, this is I never thought I would listen to this country album, but here I am falling in love with this album. And so it's glad I'm glad to talk about this Cole album because as Trippy mentioned it, we've been waiting on this jump for a long time, bro. We've
Just to,
been
just
waiting
to
on
just
this.
to piggyback off of something you just said, I kind of look at it like stocks now, right? Like when we were kind of younger, we all looked at them like superheroes, Kanye, Drake, Jay-Z, whoever. But now it's kind of like stock, where it's like, where's their dip? Where's their peak?
Mm.
Where's their plateau? Like Hove kind of has his plateau right now. Ye is a good example of a huge dip. Now he's doing shows in Mexico and Netherlands where he's slowly building his stock back up. So I like to look at it like stocks right now, and it's
I like
I look at Drake and J. Cole's stock actually very similar, where there were times I looked at Drake as LeBron where I couldn't stand Drake. And there was times where he got me right back, right? And it was the same with J. Cole. Like, of course, if you were a J. Cole fan from like close to day one, it was really no wrong he could do, right? Then it was like that debut album. That debut album kind of was a right, and then he kind of slowly was working his way back, and then up and down and up and down, and then the apology, which I'm sure we'll talk about. So
Yeah,
I like looking at it like stocks like that.
that's a really good point, and I feel like for me, I was also growing up out here in VA. I was really a Cole fan, bro. He round down the way. You know what I'm saying? He literally right down the way. So going from the mixtapes, and I actually really I bought the first album. I have it physical somewhere. I think it's in my mom's crib or something. But I own the first album.
I think your
Um,
journey's kind of similar. You did well from that side of the world, and then went up to New York, and then
yeah, you know what I'm
back, and
saying?
now you're back. It's kind of crazy.
I always used to say it's funny because it's really funny that you say that because back in the day when he was coming up, I would say
Mhm.
I'm the reverse J. Cole. I'm from New York and I came down south. You know what I'm saying?
Mm,
So it was like a little bit of, and then went back home to New
leaning
York, and then
back, yeah.
I'm back here. So it's funny that you say that. But yeah, man, I like that, Trippy. We it's like they stocks because we did look at them as superheroes, as icons, you know what I'm saying? And now it's like I mean, I mentioned it in the chat. It's kind of like I was looking for the pinnacle of Cole, and I feel like a part of me feels like we already got that. But I think that was just my first listen because as
Mm.
we get into it, that was my first. So I want to get into that off the back. My first thought, everybody's first thoughts on the album. And my first thoughts on the album, I was like, it's about a 7 out of 10. Like I really felt like I've heard the pinnacle of Cole already. I production wise, lyrical wise, like concepts in the songs, things like that. I felt like where are we going from here? Well, I 2014 Forest Hill Drive. I felt like that's just Cole at his best. Then he gave me KOD. I really like KOD a lot. Like I feel like that's another one that I'm like, this is Cole. He lost me a little bit, as Trippy mentioned. You have your ups and your downs. He lost me with the For Your Eyes Only, and I feel like a lot of Cole fans really love that album because it was for his, his hometown. It was for his mans. It was for what I'm saying, shit like that. But he brought me back with the KOD. I was really invested in the off season, and then as Trippy mentioned, the whole might delete later kind of. I was just like, nah, I'm not
Mm-mm.
rocking with this. Um, I listened to the birthday. What was it? The birthday
The
mixtape.
Blizzard, John.
The
Yeah.
birthday Blizzard. I'm iffy on that because a part of me wants rappers to feel like Wayne again. Like I want to feel like rappers. I mean, that like when I was doing music, that was one of my concepts I have called "For the Love of the Game," and I'm just rapping on like what's that whatever beats are hot right now from other musicians or other rappers and stuff. So I love that Wheezy F, like I love that vibe, but I don't know if I needed that from Cole per se, personally. You know what I'm
It was
saying?
cool until Friday when Walker just dropped LeBron Flocka James 6. And you're like, you have people restoring the feeling where we didn't need it from Cole. We just needed the album.
I
Mm.
agree. I agree. And so to back to my first thoughts on the fall off itself, I thought it was solid. My first thoughts overall, I thought it was solid. It wasn't something that blew my mind. I had people telling me like this is a classic, bro. I'm like, can you say that off the first listen? Like it hasn't even been a week yet. Like I need some time to it's so much with this album that I needed time to digest it and really just appreciate it. And so as the time went on and as people are watching this, it's about I'll probably drop this about 2 weeks after it came out. So as people watch this, we've gotten time to digest it. I've listened to it now myself, maybe in full at least 4 times, and then like maybe a
Yeah.
half here, another time, another half here, and then like
Yeah.
my favorite song stand up. So in full, I've listened to it quite a bit, and I feel like I've digested enough to really have a pod episode and talk about it. And I'm more so leaning overall. Um, Towards about a 8 out of 10 is where I'm standing on it now. After I've grown to appreciate it, and I think that's one thing that piggybacking off of my first thoughts that this is a type of album for me at least. I think the more you listen to it or more that time passes, you'll appreciate it a little bit more. At least for me. Um, but that's kind of where my first thoughts are and like overall thoughts on the album before we dive right into it. Trippy, must throw it right over to you first. Go ahead and let us go.
I stayed up. I couldn't wait. I stayed up till midnight. I got to about 2 songs from the last song on this one. And I was like, oh my God, this is a classic. I was like, oh damn, like this is what we was waiting for. Why did you apologize if you were sitting on this, right? And then I was starting to get a little tired. I was up all day. Tried to fight through it, and lack of bops. I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna go to sleep, wake up, and finish it, right? So I and then it's in its entirety. I probably listened to it about 5 times. And then split, like you said, a couple times. So and probably like 10 or almost 10 full rounds of it for real. To me, I had the complete opposite take of the time thing. To me, time is making the album worse to me. At first, I was blown away. The first disc is incredible. The first disc is damn near a perfect album to me. And then we get to disc 2, and I feel like that's where the bop should have been. There were some bops, but I mean, for the fall off, for this to be your retirement album, for this to be reasonable doubt dropping last, um, I wanted you to kind of fight some stigmas, J. Cole. And like we know you're one of the best rappers ever, J. Cole. Like we know that. But I mean, are you gonna be Nas or are you gonna be Hove? Right? Like at some point.
Mm-mm.
And I know, Jam. I know. We're on your platform. I apologize. Right.
No, you
But
good. You good.
but it's the bops. It's the bops that we needed. I needed something to keep me up to 2 a.m. Right? Like there's no reason that I'm listening to the Rocky album all the way through and I can't finish the J. Cole album. So I mean, if you're doing to do a double disc, right, you're going to be compared to Tupac, All Eyes on Me. You're going to be compared to Life After Death. You're going to be compared to the greats, but then you're also going to be compared to the top three that you were just a part of recently, which is Scorpion and Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers, right? So now you have to really think about a disc 2 retirement album, right? And I shouldn't be sleeping by the end of disc 2. I liked it a lot. I'm not the biggest Burna Boy fan, but I did like the disc 2 at first. The more I listen to it, I only need 3 songs from it.
Tell me which ones.
The Villas, Old Dog, and I Still Love Her. Or I Love Her Again.
I love her again. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Those are the only
Because I was wondering like where because I was wondering like, okay, where did you get like bored? You know, and I'm sure
look at how long it took me to get to I Love Her Again.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm still listening, trying to, and then I'm like, oh, this one. Yeah. Okay, cool. And Man Up Again is cool. It's cool songs on it.
Man Up Above, yeah.
It's cool songs on it, but it's this too. It's no time for cool songs. It's no time for Quick Stop. You did Quick Stop in 1 bar on this one. Why did I need to know a whole another song about it on this two?
What song are you talking about in Quick Stop?
Quick Stop is really there's 1 bar on this one where he talks about stopping at the gas station, saying what's up, whatever. There's literally 1 bar about it, and then on this 2, now it's a whole song.
That is something I noticed in a couple of my listens too. Is
because you don't have nothing to rap about.
There is some things that I felt like it's a little repetitive. But hold on, I want you to keep going, Trippy. If you got more,
yeah. I mean, that was my main thing. My main thing is at this 39. Especially hearing him on that last verse talk about I love her. She was telling me I'm number 1. Come to find out, she was telling the same thing to these 2 niggas. At this 39, I wanted to hear more about you, just in the biggest part of your career where you were faced with adversity. We all saw it and your thoughts behind it. You tweeted about it. You told us why you apologized. But as J effing fucking Cole, you would think there would be at least 2 songs about one of the biggest parts of your career that will always be judged, but like you'll always be judged for. But no, we got 2 songs about a gas station. We got 2 songs about fans at the gas station. Come on, bro.
That is let
us know how you feel, bro. Let us know first thought.
Come on, bro.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah,
go ahead.
No, that was it.
What's crazy is like I didn't need him to address anything in this album. I went into it like that, and I was like, I didn't need him to address anything. I just wanted to hear Cole. If this is gonna be his last thing, which I'm still kind of up in the air about that too.
We're gonna talk about that.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about it. But if this is gonna be like your last like solo album or something like that, I go out the way you want to go out. That's how I was as a Cole fan. And I feel like he went out the way that he came into the rap game, in my opinion. But first listen, I didn't listen in my headphones. I listened at my parents' house with my best friend, and we were listening to it like on the speaker system we had. It's way better in headphones. I will say that, like in some really good headphones. But
or a car ride.
Yeah, or car ride. We were probably sitting around at a 7 off first listen to, I think, and just kind of shocked about. I think we had certain expectations, different expectations that we wanted to see. I think we thought there would be more like features that were rappers. We thought there would be, I don't know, less like of those moments where it's just like a vibe. Like I feel like he's vibing maybe a little long in this album.
Kind of like what Trippy said. You wanted more bops too.
Yes, I did. Like I I did. But again, that's never been Cole. But that's always been a thing, like the stigma. Like it's always been a thing where I look at Cole's music and I'm like, dang, I wish I could get more of these certain songs over some of these. But he will never do that. Like that's he's always made his albums like this. It's kind of like a good mix of both. But the
Mm-hmm.
thing for me is like, okay, you're such a talented rapper. It's hard because I love melodic stuff. Like, I'm a big Travis Scott fan, right? Like, I love the melodic, when a rapper or hip hop artist goes in that melodic route. Um, but with Cole, it's like it feels almost like a waste of time sometimes because like you're such a good rapper that like I don't want to hear that from you. I want to hear you go at it. I want to hear you attack. So I felt
Mm,
that a lot early on.
Mm.
Um, but this album did grow on me. As a Cole fan, like my heart is like 10 out of 10. My mind is like 8 out of 10 because I think there's moments where he could have let some other people do things like take choruses and stuff like that. Like, yeah, I don't need to hear you like sing on every chorus. And then he 1 point off because you didn't have JID on the album. That's the one thing. No JID collab on the album. Like, yep, that's a whole point off. But my heart is I'm like, this is exactly what Cole would do, and the more it grows, or the more I sit with it, it grows on me. And I just think there's so many songs that when I first listened to, I kind of like was whatever about, and all of them have like the Villas has grown on me. Legacy has grown on me. Like texting you. I'm like, I
Ooh.
be shouting that out every once in a while. I'm just like texting you. There's so many songs have grown on me, and we'll talk about that too. But I'm sitting at that 8 range, that 8 to 9 range, from my mind. So
Okay.
yeah,
Uh, so you kind of have my sentiments a little bit going into this album. I'm in the middle
yeah.
between y'all because I didn't so I went in with the expectations of already being let down. I think I went in with the
Mm.
expectations like I don't expect him to address the beef stuff because like you said, Dennis, this is a Cole album, and in Cole fashion, he's gonna do what he wants to do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so I didn't expect that. I already expected to go in letting down with that. I seen this podcaster. This is after the album came out, but it really put things into perspective for me about Cole's this album and overall Cole as a rapper, like
Hmm.
with his discography, all of his albums. And they were like, bro, J. Cole doesn't talk about anything but J. Cole. That's all he talks about is J. Cole. And I think and he was saying it in a negative. And he was like, that's not my hip hop. My hip hop, all of my hip hop like rappers, they stand for something. It's bigger than just
Mm.
them. I think I think for Cole, the thing about Cole is, for me at least, I kind of can relate to that as somebody who used to do music and just speak about my experiences that we're like telling a story. I feel like we've gotten so wrapped up from the 90s till now, like of rappers' experiences being for example, Biggie was rapping about his experiences, but his experiences was experiences that a lot of street people could relate to. Whereas Cole's experience is a lot of things college students, people that grew up in
Yeah.
broken homes, people that moms was on drugs. Like it's his experience, but not everybody can relate to that, right? But I also feel that other side where people are like, bro, he's just rapping about himself. Like it's
but
not really
Jen,
anything.
can
Go
I
ahead.
jump in real quick
Yeah.
because I gotta disagree with that, right? Because I feel like J. Cole's thing has always been about rapping about J. Cole, right? When it was the come up in the warm up, it was about me being the hottest rapper and trying to get on, right? It's always been a perspective of knowing I'm the hottest rapper. I'm
Hmm.
gonna analogize it to basketball for the college people because I was the cool person in college because I played sports.
Mm-hmm.
It was always me rapping about me, but me being the poster child of the people who are just like me, right? And
Mm-hmm.
that has been him the whole time, to be honest. And I think what hurt him on this album was you can't say I always liked J. Cole for being him or rapping about him and then not have wanted to hear about the beef And because that's J.
Part of
Cole
him.
being J. Cole,
That's
and
fair.
that's also people relating to being caught up between two friends, being in the middle, deciding not to pick sides, pick and choose, not knowing if you got backstabbed, the aftermath of everything, how they played it. We've all been through that. We've all
Yep.
been the middleman between two friends, and you're the person that we hear everything about J. Cole from. So for this album, I'm expecting to hear more from J. Cole. That's why, to me, he didn't rap about anything, because we know you going through things. Everything we did, every time we didn't know you was going through things, you was telling us in the music, and that's why it was sticking to us, right? So now, for you to keep writing songs about putting on your first fucking condom, and songs about stopping at the gas station, when you need to be telling us, we don't know about you and Hove, we don't know about you and Drake, we don't know about you and Kendrick. You are the furthest in the industry you've ever been, J. Cole. Tell us about J. Cole now. Don't tell us about you keep going back home.
I think that was the
That
other
was
thing too. Is that go ahead? My bad,
Yeah,
Dennis.
I was gonna say that was one thing going into this album. I was low key expecting. You couldn't tell me that Drake, Kendrick, Hove, Nas wasn't going to be on this album. I thought they were for sure on this
Featured
album,
on the album?
featured
not
on the
for-
album.
Oh no.
I didn't think they were gonna be featured.
I
So
thought they
that's
were
what I
going
was
to be
saying. Like
featured.
going.
I was
That's
like, you
why I'm
couldn't
in the
tell me
middle between
nothing.
y'all. That's why I'm in the middle
Mentioned.
between y'all because that's why I'm in the middle. I had no expectations about the like him mentioning the apology
Yeah,
or the beef per se, but more so kind of like how we got a Porta Antonio song before, like what last year.
yeah.
I thought we would get something along those lines where it's like just one song mentioning where his state is being in the game. But instead, and so to piggyback off of Trippy now, my expectations wasn't what we got from this album. We got a 2-disc album about where he was at mentally at 29 and where he's at mentally at he's 41 now, but where he was at mentally at 39, because
Yeah.
at 39 was 2 years ago and that was at the height of the beef. So I feel like, to Trippy's point, I do think you should have mentioned it, but that's why I was kind of going in with let down expectations, because I've already felt, I was like, bro, he's not gonna address this. It's not gonna be something that he talks about. But what I did not expect was a 2-disc album, a 2-disc introspective album. I wasn't expecting that personally. So I want to get into that because that's kind of what Trippy was talking about. Like, we're certain songs, like we should have had bops, or like disc 2, you start to kind of feel like it's like a little bit of a letdown almost. I think for me, I'm gonna mention some of my favorite songs. So I really love, I gotta pull up the track listing, but I think I love disc 2. Disc 1 a lot more than disc 2. However, disc
Favorite
2 is
songs.
really, favorite songs on it. However, disc 2 is really starting to grow on me as I sit with it, because I just had a situation recently where you think somebody's your homie and they just disrespect you out of nowhere for nothing. You know what I'm saying? For something stupid. And then it's just like, it makes you have to sit there with that pride. Like, do I violate, or do I, like, I'm a grown ass, I'm 32, bro. Like, I don't got time to be going back and forth over nonsense. Like, so that's where I'm looking at this 2, and I'm like, yo, I really am starting to resonate with this 2 as I'm getting older and things like that. But favorite songs I want to talk about, I really love the run from 2-6 to Legacy. I think I'm okay with Bunts Run Blows, like Bunts Road Blues. It's alright. It's not crazy to me. I think it's alright. I know a lot of people love that
A lot of
song
people
too.
love it. I wanted Cole to rap more on that one. I was only that because he was flowing on that one.
He was yeah. I love 2-6 to Legacy, and then I really like Who the Fuck Is You, The Let Out, Bombs in the Ville, Hit the Gas. And then I like the second half of 39 intro. Like the first half is alright.
It's the vibey part.
I ain't
And
know if
then
I
he goes,
needed that. You know,
I needed that second half of that song.
I needed that second half, bro.
That
When he
was
said,
like
I'm going
perfect
back
timing.
in. I'm going back in. I like the fall off is inevitable. I really like that. Just rapping in reverse of your life. The Village with Erykah Badu,
Oh
amazing.
my god, the
Old
smile I
Dog.
had when I heard Erykah Badu, bro.
Old Dog with PD Pablo, like that's just crazy to me. You got
Wow.
PD on there. That was like, oh, bro, like
Carolina
that's
shit.
my New York in me. I was just like, oh, like my soul like left the atmosphere.
Jam, I was looking for a T-shirt to start swinging, like, bro, come
on. So it's like a lot. I actually like more songs than I think that are just like I love old Dog. I love Life Sentence. I really like Only You. I made a playlist for Valentine's Day for Shorty. That got the both Life Sentence and Only You got thrown on there.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Man Up Above, I Love Her Again, and then we're gonna talk about this in a few. But what if I'm like, on, bro? I'm not. The concept is amazing. I really do think the concept is a genius concept. However, actually, we're gonna talk about this right now before
It's been
I
done
pass it over
before,
to
though. I
y'all.
feel like,
Before I pass it to y'all about y'all favorite songs and
yeah.
and your standout tracks, I kind of just listed all of mine. I want to talk about What If real quick because for me, What If, and I text this to Trippy when Trippy texts me about it. I think the concept is genius. I think it's
Mm-hmm.
really a great song. I think even the execution is pretty solid. For me, as a 32-year-old man who grew up in the 90s, I was 93. I got to listen to Big. I got to listen to Pac. J. Cole is not that much older than me. He's my sister. My sister is 43. He's around my sister's age. So for me, I feel like Cole, and respectfully, if you watching this, bro, because apparently Dreamville be watching everybody on YouTube, like you don't matter if they big or not. But if y'all are watching, Cole, I gotta respectfully ask, bro, who is you to make this type of song? But a fan. You're nothing but what we are doing right here, fans of music. So to have no and okay, sure, the whole situation, maybe you smack Diddy saying he killed Biggie, whatever the case. I don't care about none of that, bro. You're a fan at the end of the day. At that age, you were a 10-year-old, maybe 10. You were like more 8, 9, something like that. You are a fan. Who are you to make this song? This to me is a song maybe like Hove should have made, Jadakiss should have made, somebody that was close,
Closer
Nas could
to
have
it.
made, somebody that was close to that situation. At this point, this feels like that geek, like you're a geek trying to speak on a street situation that you got no clue what you speaking on. And I'm not saying you don't, we know your whole dream, how Fayetteville, you got your whole street people you grew up with, X, Y, Z. I get that. I'm not saying you ain't got no G part of you.
Mm-hmm.
But when it comes to that situation, you was not there. So I just felt, I even told that to Trippy, I'm like, this isn't something I felt like Cole should have made. This is something that that could have stayed in the archives. It could have stayed in the drafts or stayed on the storage box. But so that's kind of like my overall thoughts. Standout tracks, like I mentioned, I got a bunch that I really loved added to Shorty's playlist. Stuff that made me feel real New York. Poor Thing is probably my favorite song right now.
Woo!
Poor Thing, I think that you
Wow.
could relate that. I seen that Naruto edit, the J. Cole Naruto
Oh,
edit, where it's
bitch.
talking about Sasuke.
Yeah.
I'm like, this fits perfect. And that was something that happened. I was like, yo, I text one of my group chats. I'm like, yo, this just solidifies to me the fact that Sasuke was an emo ass bitch. He was really an emo ass bitch, bro. Like he really was corny, bro. Again, his feelings again. And I think the problem with that is, you can separate Sasuke's feelings because his feelings of everything he went through are valid. Never gonna be disingenuous to his feelings. Ever.
That's why they was killing the Uchiha fan, bro. They some sensitive
the way he, bro, you felt like the way he went about his feelings, and that's what I think is, your feelings never validate your actions. And the way he went about it, treating Naruto, Sakura, Kakashi, that was some pussy ass shit. That was some punk bitch ass. That was some emo ass shit. And so that right now is really my favorite song because I think that could just relate to whether you're 29 or you're 39. I feel like that song relates to so many aspects of life. But Dennis, I'll throw it right back to you. Kind of flip the reverse. Favorite songs and like standout tracks and why, I guess.
Oh man, I feel like it changes every time I listen. I do love Poor Thing. Like you said, Legacy has grown on me probably the most. The Who the F is You, through Bombs in the Ville, Hit the Gas is probably one of my favorite runs. I mean, Who the F You is You, like that was perfect timing when that came on. We were just like vibing first listen. And
I had to make that gotcha Kuda edit.
Yes. And that second verse when he's doing the hauled ass and run fast, like that part there is like, that's one of my favorite verses right there. I don't know who he's channeling there, but I love that verse. Drum and Bass is almost my favorite song on this album.
Really?
Yes, right after that banger of Whatever Is You, drum and bass comes in so smooth, and I love that. Um, the Let Out is gonna be crazy on tour whenever the concerts come out. That's gonna be my tour song. And then I'm shameful to admit, Bombs in the Ville, I liked off first listen. Um, Hit the Gas, I did not, and I'm shameful to admit that the internet has changed my view on that song so much that I like love it now.
You ain't like that Luda.
I didn't love but then everybody's making these videos about like how like vibing to that beat on Hit the Gas. I'm like, I now love it so much. Lonely at the Top, I didn't care. Like the bonus songs, I didn't care for that much.
Me neither.
39 intro, like you said, if that was just the vibing part and that was it, I would have been a little upset. So I'm glad he came through with like the banger, the second part. So 39 intro, the Villas has grown on me so much. I now appreciate Life Sentence, Only You, Man Up Above. I Love Her Again is my like already said drum and bass is my favorite song. I think I Love Her Again is the best song. Um,
Mm.
and I think it's easily the best song. I just love that. I love the way he did that. It like blew my mind the first couple of times I listened to it. Just him basically rapping about that, like the eras of hip hop that he like went through, or that hip hop went through, basically, and the changes that
While
it went
relating it
through and
to
stuff.
a
Yeah, about related to a lady, like that's crazy. And my view on What If is probably different. Um, I view What If as almost like an extension of I Love Her Again. I view What If as, and I think it's intentional that he puts it there because I view him, and I think it could have been executed. I agree with what you were saying. I think it could have been executed different because, like, who are you to say to like act like both of them and do that? Could have been executed differently, but I almost see it as like I Love Her Again explains how he viewed hip hop and like the changes that it went through and how he was like not really with it, and but then like again starting to appreciate it, that how new and revolutionized I guess hip hop has become and whatnot. But like when What If happened, I feel like he's almost saying like, what if what if this didn't happen between Big and Pac? What would hip hop look like today?
mm.
So that's why I feel like it's almost an extension of I Love Her Again. Is like because he's talking about all these changes hip hop went through, but then he goes through, but what if this didn't happen? Almost what would hip hop be like now?
What would it look like
Um,
now?
yeah, so that's kind of how I started to view that. Although it's not my favorite song, What If isn't my favorite song, but I view it almost as necessary, kind of, but could have been executed differently. Quick Stop, I think he pours his heart out. I love the verse. And then yeah, the last two are like fine to me. But yeah, the first album's probably my favorite as well. But then there's some like really some songs that hit in this too as well.
I'm wondering as we get before I pass it to trivia. I'm wondering as we get older, will we start to appreciate this too more? Because it's
Maybe.
that mentality of getting. You know what I'm saying? Like
Maybe.
trivia. What about you? Standouts and favorite tracks.
I mean, off of what you just said, I watched a little bit of the Joe Bun Pod review,
Hmm.
and he likes 39 versus more than 29, right? So I do think that might be the case, right?
Hmm.
But as far as favorite standout, like general overall thoughts, I thought 2-6 through the let out was the
Yeah.
run. That's what I thought the run
Mm,
was. I thought 2-6 through the let out was the run. 2-6 felt like who that. I was like, yo, this is
Mm.
all right. This how we started?
I
Mm.
could see
Okay.
that.
And
Yeah.
then to piggyback off of y'all had so many good points. I was just jumping down my damn seat. But the end of 2-6 was a good point that you mentioned, Jam, about KOD. And Dennis, you kind of mentioned it with the harmonies that we kind of didn't need or needed other people's to
Hmm.
do. At the end of 2-6, immediately snapped me back that this is a Cole album because he starts doing like a KOD harmony that I just
Yeah.
didn't need. And I think it's a small nitpick but I just didn't need it. It would have made 2-6 that hard. It's who that
Like at
just
the
ended
end
the
of the
pod.
song.
Yeah, at the end of 2-6, he starts doing a little
He did
harmony.
have a lot of
Okay.
those. He did have a lot of those throughout this album that I was just
Yeah.
like, bro, you could have just ended the song, bro. Just ended the song,
Ton of
transition to the
KOD
next.
harmonies like that we didn't need. Safety grows on me literally every listen.
Yeah.
The storytelling is A1. It reminds me of like Scarface My Block, like Safety, boom. Run a Train. I was like, is this Future? Now mind you, Future's my favorite rapper. So
Top three.
when you say more rap features, kind of had enough for me. two future features. But Future coming in on that crazy. That last verse on Run a Train, he said, trying to make a legal dollar is harder than guarding Wimby. He says,
Oh, bro.
he says something like, I'm the owner, like I'm giving kidneys, like the owner, donor. I'm like, yo, he blacked on Run the Train. Poor thing, peak light skin petty nigga. Right? He made me hate whoever this fucking
Who
loser
is this dude?
Whoever this bum ass punk bitch is. I hate this nigga too. He's right up there with whoever the cousin is that stole Kanye's laptop. Fuck both them niggas, bro. Oh my god. But it also, by the end of the album, I'm like, you can't have all this smoke for the punk bitch. Right? But okay. Legacy is cool. I didn't hate it. I thought it fit the mode of like this one a little bit more. So I was like, okay, cool. Bunch Road Blues, I think is peak. I think it's peak. I think it was JCole being the 21 Savage. Maybe he heard the rumor that Tim's wasn't really fucking with Future, right? He gets them back on another collab. He gets Future on some 7 o'clock
on the dot.
That was crazy. That was crazy.
It's peak. It's peak. JCole's verse is peak. Into the position. It's literally, to me, it's peak. Drum and bass, I think, is the closest to a Hove song we ever will get from JCole.
You said a Hove song?
Jay-Z song. The swag, listen to it, and the swag that he has on that fucking song. It does feel a little too long on some listens. I don't think I need it to be almost 6 minutes, but the swag that he got on that John, listen to it with a Hove ear. And that's the song that maybe he talking about Reasonable Doubt. Bombs in the Villa, I did not need the first 30 minutes.
No, I love the first 30 minutes.
As soon as the first 60 minutes, I jumped out the fucking room. I was like, oh, Bob! We got a Bob, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. I agree. I didn't need them first 30 seconds, bro, at all. Like, when it changes, I'm like...
30 seconds I didn't need. The first minute and 30 seconds. As soon as it... Because, like, I could tell on Grippy, like, he didn't really get it, but he was fucking with it. But by the time he brought it to his joint, because Sexy Drill is something like I fuck with heavy. I like the Young Bulls out of New York doing with it. And like I know when rappers get on a beat like that, it's like how the actual New York drill rappers started rapping on grind beats. It's just when you hear one genre of beat and it transitions to another genre of rap, it's something I love. Then we get into Disc 2, 39 intro. First half is a skip for me. Never want to hear it again.
Which one?
39 intro. The first half of 39 intro. I never want to hear it again. The second part, I mean, oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Peak.
Crazy.
The
smile I had on Erykah Badu started singing on the Villas. I was like, I needed more of that, and it was on track 3. And then track 4, Petey Pablo comes around doing the same thing. Brought more of that off-season feeling where you got Cam and Lil Jon, and all right, even if they're not features, which in this regard they were, you're just showing that you are a part of the culture. Being a part of the culture, just not being the best at the craft. It's being accepted by the culture. You know what I mean? Life sentence is a concept is cool. I don't hate it. I don't hate the X flip. I mean, I just think we heard this exact Cole song a bunch of times. I think life sentence is the funniest way to consider your wife, like to refer to your wife. I think as a life sentence, I think that's hilarious. Only You is amazing. I just don't like Brenda Boy. It's a perfect example of how life sentence probably should have sounded though to me. Only You. I would have liked life sentence if it sounded more like Only You, because then it wouldn't have sound like a regular Cole song. Man Up Above, I think Cole was blacking. I think it's funny no one's mentioning his Birds to Dark. Don't care if they ops dissing it, they're gonna bring back karma. I think that was a direct. You were on Lil Durk's feature, big song. He was trying to be positive, even though he's still doing all of this X, Y, and Z. I feel like that was a direct comment to Durk. I love her again. Core hip hop's head song. I love it. Cole's literally showing why he's the bridge between the old and the new guard to me in that song. One of the best written songs on the album, and I think it was a great beef tie-in that we lacked. What If is a fucking skip. I'm gonna finish real quick, and then I'll go into What If. I end with What If. Quick Stop is a song that I may or may not listen to again, but I must say,
you don't feel like he was floating on Quick Stop?
I'm with Trippy because he was, but it's kind of like we heard that already.
Things that we did
I think the thing to me is he's always been humble and grateful for hip hop changing his life, and every true supporter he's gained along the way. And like as an artist, I feel that like I don't call anybody who's ever supported my art a fan. I don't believe I have any fans. I have supporters. All right, so like for him, it was cool to see that perspective of JCole at this point in his career, still always being humble, still doing things like the version of the Dollar and a Dream tour for this is getting in a Civic and rolling around, right? And it's like still just always being grassroots, cool, and like I say may or may not listen to it Quick Stop because I do love the perspective of it.
Yeah.
But then when you compare the fact that we didn't get the perspective of the high stakes at your point in his career, we only got perspective of low stakes.
Sure.
Like, yeah, it sounds like he's rapping about nothing again because we're only getting low stakes perspectives. And I think that's why this too sounds like he's just dragging ass. We don't need it. What If? I loved him rapping in Biggie's flow. I loved him rapping in Pac's flow. I hate the concept of the song. Every time I listen to it, I hate it even more. When I text Jam, I was like, yo, this shit is crazy. My first listen, I was like, damn.
Yeah, you were like,
I was fucking with it.
Second verse was going crazy.
And now, I'm more of a Biggie fan too. So I just like the Biggie flow, and him doing it. Especially because he's so authentically JCole. It's not often he does other people's flow, like interpolates other people's flows. But the more I listened to it, the more cringe it was. And then even when Jam was talking about it earlier in this pod, I'm like, if Joyner Lucas does the same thing to JCole about his apology, I don't want to hear anything, right? Like, I don't want to hear anything. Because it's like, again, to Jam's point, who are you?
Who the fuck is you?
Right, I know, and that's crazy. It's actually but like, who the fuck is you to start talking about if they, contacted each other, if they got over the beef, if they handled? It's almost kind of a slap in the face to say you knew how to handle the situation better than they did, right? And the Jam's point earlier, if Hov's not doing it, if Jada's not doing it, if all the people that was on Jam's list of people that would do it aren't doing it, maybe you shouldn't do it, right? But like, this is where you get into that. I never looked at JCole as a corny rapper, even when his stock was down in my eyes, right? But when you make a song like this, and because he almost got me because he's JCole. So I'm like, damn, this crazy. He rapping like Biggie right now. Da, 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 da. But then when you really listen again, and it's on this too, maybe try it on this one, but and it's on this too, right? Now it's like, damn, like this is like Logic, bro. This is like,
you said like Logic,
like Joyner Lucas level, like cringe is getting
super corny to me. That's why I was like, it's geek. Like it makes me feel like you were the geek looking at.
It's gonna age the worst. That song is gonna age the worst off of this album.
Ooh,
easily.
I don't disagree with what you're saying there.
Those are my standouts. I mean, 2-6 through the Let Out. If that's the retirement album, 10 out of fucking 10 to me.
Let's talk about it now. Let's talk about it. I want to know because this is his retirement album, right? So are we feeling like he's really retiring, or is this the marketing of Jay-Z retiring with the Black Album? Is this the performative aspect of I'm needing to kill the depiction of JCole and then maybe come out later as another name, whatever the case may be? What do y'all think? I text y'all in the chat. I don't think he's retiring. I think he's gonna take some time off, maybe do features here and there on like Dreamville artist projects. Maybe focus more as like a label head. That's it. And then he'll come back in a few years. I'll give it another 5 years. And
damn, I want to ask you, right? Like, if you went through the apology, dropped this album, a lot of critics are saying they love the album, but a lot of critics even who love and dislike the album, all generally agree that it feels like you have not shit to rap about. Would you retire? Would this be your
Mm.
retirement album? I would like you to answer that.
That's a good question. I feel like Cole is not the one to care though about like what people.
It's
That's the
true.
whole. I mean, that's the whole thing
Yeah,
about
that's
the
the whole.
apology. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like he's like not the person to care. I think if he has more to say, he'll come out and say stuff. Like, but if he doesn't, then it's just it is what it is. Dennis, I mean, what do you think?
For me, if I'm Cole, this is my last solo album. And this is my last, like, I'm putting together the best I can type of album.
Interesting.
Um, but he has said he still has It's a Boy.
It's a
Apparently that's
boy.
still coming out. Like he has things that's already done. Apparently has like tapes with JID too. So he's got things that are going to come out that are, I don't know, albums or mixtapes or whatnot, but and he'll still do features. I'm pretty sure of that.
This
This
just felt to me like the whole end of the basketball run. That's why I said it
could
feels like a
be.
marketing thing. Like
It could
we
be.
came up, I come up, the warm up, the
Um,
sideline stories. You know what I'm saying? Like now it's just like the off season. Now this is the end of the basketball run. So he'll come back as a rapper, maybe equating it to something else, or just giving what J. Cole is at, where he's at, and it's like because that's the thing with a lot of rappers, you don't get but some of the greats that make concept albums equated to other things. I mean, we get Kendrick. I mean, Drake don't even do that for real. Like, and
how
I'm
old
a Drake
is
fan. Like,
how old is Cole? 40 what? 41?
he's 41. So I feel
Yeah,
like this
he
could
could be
just be,
done.
he could
I
be,
think you
he
onto something. I never looked at it like that.
but it just makes me feel like this is just the end of the basketball era
Could
of
be.
like from the beginning to the end. Like that's what I feel like. Kind of like Jay-Z's The Black Album. Then he came back, rebranded himself, Kingdom Come. Now I'm a businessman. I'm a mogul. I'm the mafia head. You know what I'm saying? We got Kingdom Come, American Gangster. Like that's how I'm looking at it. It's some. I don't want to say it's performative because performative really is a negative word, but
No, it's not. No, it's just the arcs. Like it's
it's
arcs,
just
it's concepts, right? But to me, the whole basketball analogy was the rap game. So to
Hmm.
me, even if it's the fall off retirement from the basketball analogy, it's still you retiring from rap. And to me,
fair.
I don't think J. Cole is the type to say he's retiring without retiring, really. I think he's always been truly transparent, honest with his fans, his support system, his base. I think he's seen a lot. I think I mean, when you go into J. Cole as a whole in the music industry, you got the story of Hove walking up to him and all his peers, walking up to Drake and say, "Hey, give him a hit." You got the Ari Lennox thing where, I mean, I love Ari's music, but as a label higher up, I would never want to deal with an artist like Ari Lennox on the business side, right? I mean, you got a lot of things where for someone who just loves rapping, you already don't care about these industry things. Like
Mm-hmm.
for me, I had to teach myself how to love marketing, right? How to teach myself how to love the mixing and mastering and engineering things and the cover art and all of these little things that when you're just a rapper, you don't care about, right?
Mm-hmm.
You just want to be nice at rapping. But then there's a whole nother business aspect that the rapping is literally just 3% of the music business, right? So as J. Cole, do I think he wants to continue doing this? Do I think he wants to continue doing this independently? Because that's what he's doing right now. Not mentioning what his label deal is, but as a solo act, J. Cole, he's an independent act now. He's free. He's fresh from slavery. That
Mm-hmm.
also means doing a lot of work, right? And at
Fair.
this point, does he want to do that? At this point, I mean, let's not talk about like sales because I don't really want to talk about sales with J. Cole, but ASAP Rocky, I love his album, but it did 41,000 pure sales the first week. We're not talking about pre-orders because it was being promoted for 7 years, right?
Yeah.
But we're talking about the fact that if you're listening to music, you understand how hard it is to know music's coming out. That's because there's no money in marketing at all in music right now.
Mm-hmm.
So do I think J. Cole wants to retire? Absolutely. He was doing a podcast He found the same company that Dave Chappelle was doing his podcast on. I think it's called Luminary or something like that. And he was going direct to consumer. I was texting Jam. I might have texted you too. Is he going direct to consumer with this album? Because it was partnered with Even, which is this new company, right? That's like the cool kids Bandcamp, where people are selling their albums for pay as you wish prices. La Russell was getting, I think, a 30,000 from Kyrie Irving for one album sale, right off of this platform. And at midnight, I thought he might go direct to consumer with this album, because that would have made me say, okay, he's not retiring, right? Because when you start to look at our higher acts, they're either selling their catalog, like Lil Wayne and most people, they're selling their catalog to bigger publishing companies now, or they're going the independent route, like Kanye West, right? Where Yeezy is distributing his clothes. I got the SL2s on my feet right now, right? And these things are shipping like they're literally 3D printed shoes, right? And I got boots in the back, right? But it's like he's doing direct to consumer now. He's not going with these big companies because they have the equity, right? It's about clout. It's about engagement. If I have 100 million followers, why do I need to partner with bigger companies? But I just think Cole's past that. I think Cole wants to focus on the family. I think even the Civic was like a farewell tour, right? Kyrie Irving didn't get a farewell tour, but JCole did.
Yo, so bring that up. Great, bro. You bringing up great. Y'all having great segues today. The fall off trunk sale tour, man. I wanted to talk about. Just wanted to highlight that. I guess I love that he's been going up and down the East Coast. In his old Honda Civic. That what did he say? He redid the transmission.
Redid it,
He did it. I think that's cool, man. A part of me wants to talk about it because we are all in our 30s. Trippy, you 32? You in your 30s too, right?
I am 30.
So yeah. I feel like we are like essentially the Cole fans. We grew up. We were in high school listening to Cole, college. Grew up with Cole's music and was a fan. So a part of me, I've seen this kind of floating around on Twitter, and I thought about this before I seen it floating around on Twitter, but people are now talking about it. I low-key wish he would have done something instead of going just in the Honda Civic to different HBCUs, and not saying he shouldn't do that, but like there should be something for us and our age group. Like we need something like.
This is cooking me. I'm sorry. I'm just good. You're in VA right now. You're in New York.
Yeah, I'm in VA.
All right. Did he come to VA already?
Yeah, he went to Hampton and where was it? 757. He went somewhere in the 757.
See, he knew better. You know where he came to in Philly? Where do you think a JCole fan would be in Philly? Because that's not where he went in Philly. He went to the casino. And they say he was there for like 15 minutes. So that's why this trunk thing kind of looking a little online-y to me. Because why would you go to, and I was arguing with my coworker because he the one that told me. I said, why would you go to the casino in the middle of the day? Because I hit him. I was like, yo, JCole on the way. I saw the Baltimore to Philly tweet. I said, JCole. He's like, yeah, he was here already. And then I thought about it, like, damn, yeah, it's only a 2-hour drive for real. But then I'm like, oh, well, where'd he go? I'm thinking he would have went to the art museum. Maybe like somewhere local, maybe Love Park, maybe South Street, somewhere where the art scene is going to be. You went to the casino?
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Why you go to the casino?
And when he went to New York, he was like pulling up in Queens, like at a deli. And I'm like, bro, like.
That makes more sense in the casino. The barbershop made more sense in the casino.
But I just feel like, especially in the DMV area, North Carolina area, like, these college campuses, they cool. Like, it's cool, but it's like you doing that for the kids like that are in college now. Nobody our age is going to the college campuses to, you know what I'm saying, to see you, bro. Like, it's like, and I've seen somebody say this now. Again,
pull up at my job.
Nah. That's so crazy. But pull up, like, to his point,
pull up the company.
Like pull up to the club, like I don't want to say the club, but like one of the famous clubs that everybody be at, like our age, you know what I'm saying? Like we got a place out here called the Park where it's like a whole like lounge area where it's in Richmond, VA. It's kind of new too. Like we pull up to the Park, it's like a bowling area, like a karaoke spot, drinks is like it's like a bunch of different cuisines that you could like Asian, American, it's like Italian, like it's a bunch of different shit in one spot, and it's like a warehouse thing, bro. That's the type of shit you would pull up to. Like, so I just feel like.
Let me give you a perspective, right? I wouldn't say maybe 2019 through 21 around sometime. We had Andre 3000 just Like every day you went on Instagram, a random person you knew ran into Andre 3K, right? And I don't know, he was just in Philly for one summer. Everywhere he was somewhere cool in the city. Old City, like South Street, in a park on City Hall, something. Like Usher came for a Roots picnic. Bro literally went to City Hall and was ice skating at the ice rink in City Hall. Who goes to the casino? And you're J. Cole, bro. Like, you're J.
Bro,
Cole, bro. Like, you're J.
in
Cole, bro.
2000, I'll never forget this. This was one of my first concerts. I went to a Nas concert. It was free. It was a free Nas concert out here in Richmond. He just threw it at the park. He threw it at the park with opening acts from people in the city.
That's
Like
lit.
people in the. I was just like, word. Like, and it was around the time the Untitled album was coming out. So I'm
That's
like,
tapped
oh,
in.
like
That's being tapped
you
in.
feel me? Like, so I seen somebody online say this, and then we could like leave it at that. But I don't want to, and again, I don't like the word performative, but they were trying to compare it to what Kai Cenat was doing with the reading online. Now I think that's a little different because I feel like y'all know me, I read comics, I like to promote reading in general. But when I equated that to what J. Cole's doing right now with this trunk, you know what I'm saying? It kind of feels like this is like that feels a little performative, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. It feels like you said a little online-y. I don't
100%, Jam, because
I
the
don't
album
like
is
it.
powered by Even. So even if you promote you putting your album on Even as well, and then watch famous people pay you outrageous amounts of money for this retirement album, see who in the industry supports your retirement. And then now, for
Mm-hmm.
instead of 2 weeks of me being angry, you went to the Philly casino. I could be talking about the fact that, oh, look, Dame Dash is trying to get some clout. He dropped 20K on the album. Or look, like Joe Budden paid 5,000 for the album. And now you have a different conversation that doesn't make you look as cloudy, makes you real money instead of the $2 you're getting from the kids at the barbershop. Like it just some of these people need A&Rs and marketers, but there's no money in the industry right now.
Yeah, man. I just and it's, like again to make it full circle, I just wanted to see him do something for his core audience because isn't like his core audience isn't in college anymore, bro. Like I understand that's where you started, but I guess that's neither here nor there. But I want to talk about one of the major things that
Yeah,
I
hold on,
was
hold on, hold on,
actually
hold on. Before we get there, like, I mean, he's going to go on tour, right? Like, I'm sure he's going to actually tour in arenas and stuff like that. Like,
or is
Who's
he
he
just
gonna
gonna
take
hold?
on tour?
I was about to say, or that was my second question. My first question was, or is he just gonna do the Dreamville?
nah,
What
I
is
think
it?
he's
What is it? What is that thing that he does in North Carolina?
the Dream Fest or
Dreamville,
whatever,
yeah,
like
Dream
Dreamville
Dreamville.
Fest.
Fest.
Yeah,
Yeah,
is it just gonna be that, or is he actually gonna go
I
on
think he's
tour?
gonna go. If this is your like last thing, like I think for your fans, people want to see you.
You would hope.
I haven't gotten to see him live yet.
Me neither.
I've got to see Kendrick live. I got to see Travis Scott live. I got to see a
This
couple other
album
people
is
live.
underneath Interscope. He's 100% going on a Live Nation tour. He has to
Yeah,
fulfill
Oh,
that.
okay,
That's real.
okay.
I gotta go see him live for once,
Tickets about to be
once in my life.
$300. Last time you get to see J. Cole live, like don't
Meet
watch
and,
That's it.
meet and greets. Meet and greets. He probably gonna be doing.
um. I want to get into something that I was when we were talking about in the beginning, expectations with the album
Yeah.
that I was not expecting, and I'm glad that he didn't do it. So I mentioned this on one of Rico's TikToks because he was like, "Motherfuckers gonna say they not trying to listen to J. Cole's album or whatever because he claimed he the best X, Y, and Z or whatever." And I think for me, I had to bring this topic up, and Rico was just like, "Hey, man," he put the shrug shoulders emoji. This is a conversation I feel like people aren't trying to have, and I think this is one of those conversations that people aren't thinking deep enough into it. For me, I feel like yes, J. Cole's rapping ability can put him up there with the best. I don't like saying he's the best because I'm 32, bro. I've heard a lot of great rappers in my lifetime. A lot of great rappers from Biggie to Hove to Wayne to Dot himself. So I hate saying somebody is the best. I really don't like saying that. I just like putting them amongst the best. I mean, Three Stacks, Trippy just mentioned Three Stacks. Like, we got a lot of great rappers in our lifetime, a lot of great wordsmiths. So for me, Cole is amongst the best. But I think there's a difference, which is what Cole has done on this album. He said, if I'm not number one on your list, you need to reconsider your list. Or if I'm not number one, you need to reconsider your list. I think that's okay. I think you could call yourself the best. That's an ego thing. Every musician or rapper or ball player feel like whoever you when you doing something, you got to feel like you're the best. You know what I'm saying? You want to you want to get that confidence. I think there is a difference, and this is my main statement. I think there's a difference between saying you're the best and saying nobody can challenge you. And he did not say that on this album at all. He did not say he can't be challenged at all because, quite frankly, motherfuckers challenged you and you bowed out. You bowed out of the beef. You stepped away. Well, for whatever your reason is, I don't care if it's because you love both Drake and Kendrick. You got a lot of respect for Kendrick. Whatever. The 7-minute drill was fire to me. I was vibing for like that day or two. It was on Apple Music. I was like, oh, this shit is gas. Now I don't want to go on YouTube to listen to it. I don't got the YouTube thing where I could get off YouTube and it stays on my phone video, whatever. Like, nah, I want to be able to stream that shit. And he took it down. And so for me, I was very happy that he didn't go on this album bragging about not being able to be stepped to, not being able to be challenged, because the only person he dissed, to Trippy's point earlier, on this Punk Bitch song was some dude that's nobody. You know what I'm saying? Like, we not listening to this dude album. We don't care about 910 space, 910 space. That's what they saying who it is. Like, we don't care. We care about you coming at, I don't even know if it was supposedly he had some beef with Drake too, but then he puts out Port Antonio and he's like, nah, I'ma always have love for Drake. I don't care about none of it. I just want to see you go at motherfuckers, because you claiming you the best, which you have the right to do. But when you're on all of these features and leading up to this album claiming you can't be stepped to, anybody that challenges you is gonna be put away because of your pen. I just don't want to hear that. So I was, long story short, to bring it full circle, I was very happy to hear, or to not hear him say I can't be challenged, because I do genuinely think there is a big difference between saying I'm the best and I can't be challenged. Trippy, I'm gonna throw it right back to you. What do you think?
I think the problem is when we hear the best, it's very open-ended, right? So when rappers say they are the best, they are saying I'm the best overall, right? Usually when we say the best, my top three, a lot of us are independently biased upon different factors, right? Different sliders like 2K or Madden, right? So is when JCole, I'm not bothered when JCole says I'm the best, because yes, he's one of the best lyricists, right? But the thing is, usually when we say the best, we don't say the best what, we just say the best. And that's because the rappers, that you, as a rapper, you got to have bravado. You got to be the best at everything. So there is no I'm the best this, I'm the best that. But when us, and we're really breaking it down, like we break down sports players, like we break down athletes, we're saying, all right, J. Cole's the best lyricist, right? Even when I compare this to Mr. Morale, as I've been doing, because they're both double albums, I like a lot of the raps J. Cole is doing more on this album, right? But then when you get into certain concepts, there's no question. When you get in the fact that Kodak Black narrates it and what that really means in the layers of the album, there's no question, right? It's like you can be the best lyricist, but are you the best artist, right? When people hear my top three and hear Future at the top, but they don't understand that I'm looking at artists. If you're talking about lyricists, no, Future's not my favorite lyricist. He's not my top one lyricist. But if you're looking at overall artistry, when you combine all of them, he's found out how to do it for the longest, right? When you go forward 10 or 20 years, you won't have this Lil Wayne effect, right? Where Lil Wayne does a Clash Royale halftime show, and now people are on Twitter talking about it's time to admit he wasn't saying shit in the milli. Now, I'll never say that out of my mouth. From my perspective, that's crazy to me, because toughest Nigerian hair is a bar and will fucking forever be to me, right? But I don't think that Future is going to run into those same issues 20 years from now. And that's going from Dirty Sprite 1, where he's sampling Luther Vandross on Much More, right? This is going from like 10 years later, 12 years later, where, excuse my monitor blocking it, but they're talking about, I had this album forever. I'm just now knowing that there's a face, his face is in there, right? That was one of those things where I was like, is this Photoshop on Instagram? And no, the album that these are things that are being studied forever, right? But it's about the best what? If Cole could have been the best in that top 3 if this album had bops, right? That was the thing he's missing. It's the thing that I always put Hove over Nas for. It's because you can be a better rapper than Jay-Z technically, right? If we're talking about the best, nobody brings up Tech Nine. Nobody brings up Tech Nine.
Tech Nine.
He lyrically raps better than almost everybody, right? But nobody talks about him because
that whole
no
group that Joe
Budden
Budden was in, the whole group,
Slaughterhouse, right?
Slaughterhouse
that was literally a super group, right? You got Lupe Fiasco who started rapping about dinosaurs, and you have hardcore lyrical rappers who are better than your average top 50 Billboard artist, but they didn't figure out how to mesh the two. I was a more lyrical artist when I first came out. Now I like trying to see how I can fit lyrics in the most boppy, trimmest shit you can find. Because I don't feel like there should be a bridge. I think that's how like you end up with oversaturation, right? Of like more negative drill music, right? Because you're the lyrical rappers are kind of the more traditional hip hop heads who you have to fit in this box, right? You got to do this and that, and anything too much like this is not hip hop, which is now we're talking about I Love Her again, right?
Because, and they try to label some as like mumble rappers too, like
right,
you know what I'm saying.
Right.
There's always subgenres of rap as well, but you make a really good point, because when I was thinking about this, when he claims to be the best, I like that you equated it to sports, because why do people say Jordan's the best? Because he got the 6 rings, not just his skill set, not just what he can do technically, but because of the accolades. I think unfortunately when it comes to music, sales is kind of like a hit or miss thing. But at the end of the day, accolades matter, because then people will say, well, Kendrick got the Pulitzer. He's one of the only rappers to ever have. And it's just like, first off, why do we give a fuck about that white ass award in the first place? But that's besides the point, right? Because if you want to be technical, Nas is one of the only rappers to ever have an album be put in the time vault of American history, or not American, but of human history. And then Kendrick was the second person, along with Lauryn Hill and Outkast. Like, there's certain people that have certain accolades. Like, do we give a fuck about? So to your point though, like, I think the best is very finite. Like, it's a very focused thing that we as fans now have to disperse into and be like, well, he's the best lyricist, he's not the best overall rapper, or he's the best X, Y, and Z. You know what I'm saying?
The best what? The best, because if we're talking about overalls, now we're talking all those sliders averaged up. Where do you rank? Right?
Yeah.
You can't be the best if you're just the best rapper and ain't got shit to rap about. You can't be the best if I'm just ugly facing, but I can't play you when the girls come over. You feel me? Like, it's just you can't be the best. You can't.
Dennis, what you think?
Yeah, I think kind of hitting on something you were saying before. I do think there's a difference between like not wanting like a beef, and then also but wanting competition. I feel like that's where his mind was when we go back to like talking about him stepping back from the beef. I genuinely think, and this could be me coping, you can say I'm coping, it's fine. I genuinely think Cole was at a point where he's like, oh, he thinks he's the best, he the best, let's get this competition and make it about music and make it about bars. And then it wasn't that. So, and I feel like JCole's never been the type that's gonna be like, I'm gonna be in a nasty beef where it's not about, well, where a lot of it's not about hip hop almost. And I just feel like I think he wanted it to be just hip hop. And I felt like I think there was a point where he was excited about it. I think there was a point where he was excited about it. Like, oh, we really it's about to be competition. It's about to be about these bars, and it's about to be, and which I would have loved too, but it just wasn't that. And I think that's amongst other things where we've heard that maybe somebody reached out to him and said, hey, you need to step back because this is about to get ugly or something like that. I know we heard that too, but I think I hate that too. But like, I get it. That was such a moment.
It was like two niggas that got too serious on the basketball court.
Yes.
So I want to.
Yes.
You
It
bring
was
that.
like
I
you niggas, you
love
feel
that you
me?
bring
Like
that
you
up.
couldn't wait to
Yes.
see this matchup, and then
Yes.
when they get on it, and you might be on one of their teams or whatever,
They
but then
started
you
fouling
see
the
the
hell out of each
way
other, and it's
the
like,
way they
yeah,
really playing and shoulder checking and elbow
this ain't
checking, and now
basketball.
you standing there like, oh, these niggas serious. Oh, I ain't even want to be in this game. These niggas really don't even fuck with
They
each
don't even
other.
fuck with you, yo.
Mhm.
And so it's funny when this first happened. I remember texting Dennis in the TAT chat, and I'm like, bro, I'm really not liking this Cole. I'm not liking the way he's
Hurt.
moving.
We're all
I
hurt
was
about it. I was
mad.
hurt.
I didn't like, but I always think back to that because that's when I had an epiphany. I feel like a genuine epiphany of what if rappers if they fuck with each other, if they genuinely fuck with each other and want to prove that they're the best, then we don't need to beef or do diss songs at each other. What you need to do is get back to the old 90s or the early 2000s vibes of we all get on the song together and whoever has the best verse, that's how we do it. But the problem is egos is too high nowadays. Like Trippy said, it's a bravado thing. So I feel like now it's like instead of well, I fuck with that's my man's, that's my man. Like I think of ASAP Rocky on his first album. They had One Train. Everybody and their
Ooh,
moms was on
what a
there.
song.
Whoever had the best verses,
What a
just you
song.
just show out. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
Yeah.
On Ti's album, Swagger Like Us, the top 4 at that time. Like it's like oh, whoever had the best verse. But we're never gonna get back to that number one because of
there's
the
no,
Drake
you
and
can't
Kendrick
decide
shit.
a winner. You got to go Kanye 50. You got to go Kanye 50.
The best album
They
still?
didn't throw no disses, no
That's
way.
another good one. That's another
But
good because I
Kanye
mean Cole did that,
dethroned the king of hip hop
and
in that
Cole
instant
did that too. Not dethrone Kanye, but Cole did it against
with the
Kanye,
Yeezus.
Born
Yeah,
Sinner and
yeah.
Yeezus. I think that's another good point. I think that that was my epiphany is that if you can't give us the all each other on a song to whoever has the best verse, then do what you just said.
Because if you're
that
a
way.
J. Cole fan, you're not only gonna run up the streams on the project, you're gonna figure out ways and definitely
buy it.
not stream the ops as well. You're gonna make sure if you're in a party, yo, pause that, skip. No, it's first week. We listen to that next week. You feel me? Like, and that's gonna show where the fan base is really standing up. Like
That's
you said,
real.
buy it. That's gonna take you back to the days of people buying out the whole shelf of physicals, right?
Yeah.
Because we gotta win this week.
Buying all of the vinyls and shit. Bro,
Like,
that's real. That's real. Like that's a go ahead.
No, I mean, I was just gonna say to finish that off. Like, I think if it was like that, like if it was just like straight up pure competition, I don't think he bows out of that. Like, I think he would welcome that. But as it turned out to be the way it was. But yeah, go ahead, Jim.
I mean, that was pretty much it. I got 2 more points I want to bring up here, which nobody wants to talk about this, but I want to talk about it.
Go ahead.
Well, people are talking about it. I'm saying amongst us, like in the Wakanda chat, things like that. Nobody wants to talk about it. I'm bringing this up. So second to last point I want to talk about is which will tie into my last point, is the Cam lawsuit, man. I am not a fan of this situation as a Cole fan and as a New York fan in general, New York above all else. And as a Dipset Cameron fan, I watch It Is What It Is podcast. You feel me? That's how I get my basketball. That's how I get my sports fix and a lot of things through podcast whenever I can't watch games or catch games. I'm not a fan of this, man. It really is a slap in the face. I feel like as a fan to both parties. Cam came out basically saying, I did something for Cole's first project. Now, I don't know if he was trying to say he was talking. It sounded like he was talking about Cole's first album, which to me, I don't remember anything on the sideline story being from Dipset or anything. So I thought he was talking about off season. I felt like that's what he was talking about with the Ready 24 song. And he said, yo, I did something for Cole, and the consensus with New Yorkers, we I mean, a lot of us as integral men will say word is bond. That's just the thing. Word is bond. And so the consensus was, yo, I'm gonna do this for you. You got if I can make a project, you'll get me back on the project. Well, Cam stopped really focusing on the music aspect, and so I'm doing the potting now. He's like, yo, like I'll switch it up, just come through for an interview. And that kept getting pushed back. Rightfully so on Cole's end, because album get pushed back, which that just happens. That makes sense. Album gets pushed back, or he's pushing it back. He's not working on the album yet, whatever. And then the height of the beef, and he's like, yo, I can't come on and do an interview and not talk about the beef. Like, I can't do that. I get all of that. What I think is crazy is the fact that somebody got to keep reaching out to you to return that favor. It's kind of like, and the way I took it as, because this is a situation that has happened to me, it's kind of like somebody that got to keep reaching out for money that you owe. Like, you owe me money. You owe me bread at the end of the day, bro. As a man, I shouldn't have to keep looking for you for my money. I don't like that. The way we grew up, that's not a thing that niggas do. You feel me? So I look at that as a word is bond moment. Cam got tired of it and he put out the lawsuit. I want 500,000 for Ready 24, which is a whole Dipset sample, and I laid another verse on there. I was okay with hoping that we talked about it in the chat a few times. I was really hoping Cole would address that. Didn't address it. A week into the album, or about a week and a half after the album. No, I was about a week into the album. Cole's attorneys come out and is like, yeah, we want the judge to dismiss that because Cam doesn't own any rights to the song. And he has no say-so over what's going on with the song. So he has she should get nothing from it. I think that's insane to me in general because, again, word is bond. So if you gave this man your word and you keep pushing it back, and to the point where Cam is like, I can't even get a hold of you, and you ghosted me, and I gotta sue for this. That's a little crazy. However, on Cole's side of things, I don't want to say I get it, but it's one of those situations where the industry is a little shady, man. So you kind of, on Cam's respect, you should have got everything in writing, bro. And unfortunately, you didn't because you felt like that was your man and word is bond. But Cole's attorneys aren't wrong, bro. He has no say-so. Nothing was in writing. So, like, where do we go from here? So I wanted to lay out all of the facts and my thoughts on it. I'm gonna throw it right to you, Trippy. What do you think about that whole situation with the Cameron?
First of all, it's not someone trying to get in touch with you. This is Cameron. This is Cam. This is Cam. Like, this is crazy. This is kind of like how Kanye felt when Jim Jones couldn't make a PDF. It's like, I'm Kanye. Somebody better figure out a PDF of it, right? So you're Cam, right? And now you got JCole trying to like sun you for it. Now, one thing I don't like is how much hip hop is being in courtrooms right now. I'm not really loving that. Cam is all the way, too. Yeah, Cam all the way in the right, but I'm surprised to see him take that route, especially where you just spent all this money to embarrass Omar Epps, and you really like faked a movie set and all this other stuff. You could have had mad fun with JCole, right? Pause. But like, but
that was a good pause.
You could have really, yeah, that was crazy. But like, you could have really like been Cam and like what Cam lives for, right? Like that 50 Cent. We know y'all New York niggas to be King Petty, right? So I was surprised to see him take it into court. I was also surprised to see the dismissal from JCole and like you said, the grounds that they was dismissing it on, pretty much like you don't own nothing, boom, boom, boom. Like you said, like at the end of the day, we talked about this. Word is bond, but like you said, and this is a snaky, shady industry where me personally, like I've had way better dealings with major artists, like Lil B the Bass Guy. Me and him have a song. He's like, bro, handled everything perfectly, like coolest bull in the world. Versus I've dealt with artists who are bubbling in my city who think that they like Pop Smoke, that think that they P&B Rock, that think that they Uzi, like, and it's crazy. So you really can't, even if you get like transactions, communications where you can prove it, it still really don't go too much. But I mean, I think at the end of the day, Cam is in the right. Cam has been getting hit with a lot between Cole, Dame, like everybody. I think his newfound success is opening his eyes to handle things different ways. I don't think it really, I don't know. I feel like it's less a Cam and more Cam, like I'm letting my lawyers handle this because it's some money somewhere. But I don't think he understands the cultural implications that kind of like you are Mr. Stop Snitching, right? So for you to go to court and any like you built a lot of Yeah, you feel me? Like you built a lot of my morals on ratting. So for you to kind of do this is kind of weird versus however else you might have handled it. And I'm not saying on no street stuff or anything, but just
Right.
again humiliating a nigga like you're known to do. This is JCole, and you could have kicked him while he was down. Nobody was fucking with JCole for a minute. Like he had a chance. So I mean, I hope they figure it out. I hope Cole pays it out, but again, he's independent now. So his money's going to be looking different. He's retiring
Mm-hmm.
now. I think the last thing you want is the first thing in retirement is to have to pay out a lawsuit settlement to camp. So I hope they figure that out.
Yeah, same. What about you, Dennis? How you feel?
Uh, yeah, man, it's an unfortunate situation, especially as a Cole fan. Like, man, like, I just wish it wasn't something that was there while you're doing this at this moment, and I'm sure they obviously there was a relationship there, the New York connection and everything, but um, I just want to know what happened. I wish I was a fly on the wall there because, like, I don't know, I don't know. Obviously, we don't know the ins and outs. I feel like we got Cam's story. We don't know what J. Cole, how he actually feels about everything, his side of the story. So, like, I wish, or I hope that that comes out. And I don't know. I would love to see them get back on the same page. So I do like both of them individually, but, like, I don't know, man. That's just one of those weird situations. You guys both basically covered it all, but that's one of those, like, man, I wish this wasn't a thing. And just, you don't want to, especially if you're going out, like, if you're going out like this, like, you don't want to go out with, like, sour relationships. I feel like, a sour relationship with Cam, sour relationship with possibly two people that that were in a beef. Like, who knows? I don't know their relationships with, or his thing with Drake or Kendrick right now. Like, nobody knows. It's very, like,
Nobody knows.
it just, yeah, it feels like Cole is very, like stepping back from everything and just, very into his, like, own mind right now, and
His family.
his family and everything. Yeah, and it's like, but what about the relationships that you've made in hip hop? And I just feel like that's something that I wish was more clear.
But I mean,
And
Jam, if from your perspective, Jam, like if you were like, I don't know, if you did a drop, right? You're at Comic Con, you're doing your thing, you're, getting your on the street footage, you're interviewing, and then another creator, right? They come up and they say, oh, fuck Jam, like, yo, I watch your shit, I'm a fan. Can you do a drop for me, bro? Can you just like do a drop for me? They say, this is Jam from yada da me, yada da da, and then y'all tuned into, my channel. I really appreciate it. You do it, right? You say, oh, you know what? Oh, you do got this kind of channel. You know what? I'm looking for somebody to guest on my pod this Friday about this exact topic. Hop in, right? And then they stand you up, right? And even it could be that small or it could be bigger on a level, but could you have that disagreement from your perspective and then have them on your show again? Like if you're Cam in this perspective and now you're suing this person and the business didn't work out, could you do an episode with them, Jam?
Probably not. Probably
Right.
not. I mean, Dennis knows a little situation I just texted him about the other day.
right.
What about after the settlement? What about after the settlement? Let's say
Oh.
J. Cole just drops the bag on Cam.
So that was the thing a lot of people were talking about online was like, all right, maybe he took it out of court so he could just pay Cam directly. You know what I'm saying? Give him the bread directly. Then maybe I feel like it's a thing that maybe they had to have a conversation about. You know what I'm saying? Like to Dennis's point, maybe they could just work, or like you even said, maybe they could just work it out without the law, and maybe that's what Cole was trying to do. Like, yo, he ain't got no rights to it, but I'm gonna call Cam myself. The reason why I brought this up though is because to Dennis's point, I hate the way Cole is going out.
He's going out, yeah.
Because to me, perception is reality, right? How you are perceived is reality. And Cole doesn't care about how people perceive him. But we are your fans, bro. So you should give a fuck how you're perceived. And so I want to talk about Cole's perception because we kind of dived into it here and there throughout this pod episode. This is my last topic here. Before I hand it over to y'all, if y'all got any final thoughts. But Cole being perceived differently, performative. He's not really a real nigga. Like one thing that really blew minds was 910 Space came out on like a podcast episode and had a conversation on why he dissed Cole in the first place, like a couple years back during COVID, and why he pissed on his house and everything like that. And he basically was like, "Yo, like, bro, this is like somebody like we knew, not in high school, but like we knew each other. We was the ones, like we was the ones kind of protecting you while you was coming up and shit like that. A lot of promises were made, more word is bond shit, and Cole never came through, to the point where as he got higher in his career, he started ghosting people. People calling you like, yo, what's up? Yo, what's up? And Cole is like, nah, you know how the industry get. Don't call them. Here's my number. Call me directly. And same shit. Now that's obviously that's a lot of he said, she said bullshit, right? But it leaves the perception down of Cole has no integrity.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason why I say that is because as a rapper who's built his career off being an integral man, for you, as Dennis just mentioned, you're going out and your core fan base, we don't know where your situation, and maybe we're not supposed to because you're trying to keep yourself personal or whatever, but we don't know what's your situation with Drake, what's your situation with Kendrick. You got this Cam lawsuit lingering in the back. Now you got hometown folks like, man, we like Cole basically done switched up on us. And the people even the people he riding with in the Honda Civic is New York folks. King of Queens, Ip. That's more New York folks than it is Fayetteville folks. So it leaves this perception. It's like, are you a real nigga, bro? Like, are you like, you know what I mean? And so I wanted to talk about Cole's perception, because as fans, that's all we can do. Again, perception is reality for us. So all we can do is perceive. What do y'all think, man? Dennis, I thought as the number one Cole fan, what do you let us know what you think, bro?
No, all I can do is, like you said, all you can do is perceive. All I can do is cope. So like all I want, like I drawed it out in my mind. I'm like, okay, it's got to be like he's been like nothing has been great timing, and like okay, he has the beef or whatever, so he's not going to go on with Cam, and then he's working on his album. He's not going to go. I feel like now that everything is over, I'm hoping like you get right with people. Like now it's like, okay, now you need to get right with people. Like now you're not working no more. You're not doing anything else. And like
Epiphany.
Your whole thing now is like get your relationships right. And now you can be at peace for real. Because I feel like I know he wants to be at peace mentally. And I know that these relationships is driving him crazy. I know it is. Like I know it's affecting him. So like if you can get right with some of these people and be at a great standing, and I feel like I'm hoping that that's what he's like going to do. But go ahead.
You just gave me an epiphany though. What if when he goes on tour, he bring out Kendrick and Drake on some Jay-Z I Declare War shit when he first comes back out of retirement, and he bring Nas on tour and silences the beef? I highly doubt that's gonna happen, but
I swear that's part of the whole, like, I thought they were going to be on this album, bro. Like, I thought, like, because I was thinking, like, okay, if I'm J. Cole and this is going to be my last album, I love hip hop. I love these people. All these people I've been mentioning in my career growing up. Why do I not, like, how do I not get Hove, Nas, Drake, Kendrick, and, like, tell them to bring their best verses to my last album? This is how I want to go out with my peoples. Like I don't know.
Not even Wale. That's a whole nother.
Yeah, that's a whole other one. But like, damn, like none of that
Wale
happened.
just came out and said that too. Like he's like, yo, when he was doing promo for his album, he's like, yo, like I don't even like me and Cole. It is what it is, and I'm just like,
no. So just there's a part of me that wants him to get his relationships right as well, and I'm hoping that's something that he does. But it could also be just Cole, just be floating away and just like never see nothing again, and never do anything about it. I don't know, but I'm hoping.
Trippy, what you got?
I liked how you presented it, Jam. I feel like you presented it in two different ways. I wanted to attack your first point. I feel like you presented the perception and the fall off, but also his real nigga standing. And to me, those are two different things. To me, I don't think J. Cole's real nigga standing can be in question. I think he's so much of a real nigga that the apology was a real nigga move, and he just knew that he was going to take the blunt. He knew all the criticism he was going to get behind that, and still did it. That was a real nigga move. Would I have done it? No, I would have moved like a different real nigga. But it's different types of real niggas, right?
That's fair.
But
That's real. That's
but
real.
I don't think you can question his real nigga shit, because even niggas in the Civic, like the Civic tells you his fucking story. If the niggas in New York, how much can you really attribute yourself to a nigga who came up producing and recording his fucking self? So I mean, there's a reason I was able to go to from Virginia to New York and still blow the fuck up. Y'all didn't do that much for me in Virginia like y'all think y'all did, because if y'all did, y'all still in fucking Virginia or North Carolina. Excuse me. I'm sorry. But I'm looking at Jam and I'm the guy Virginia. But y'all still in fucking North Carolina. You feel me? I went to New York, and these were the niggas that might have kept me safe where I wasn't from. At the end of the day, we all from the Ville. So what you really talking about at the end of the day? So I'm not gonna take his real nigga card from him. Like he does some of those stand-up real nigga things where he has to, it's gonna hurt me more than it hurts y'all type shit. Like he's not gonna rap about his strain with Hov. Like all those people you, Dennis, mentioned wanting to be on the album. I know they weren't gonna be on the album. Right. So tell us why they not on the album. Right? That would have been the real nigga thing to do. But the more real nigga, see, the thing is, being a real nigga and being more of a real nigga is thinking about the consequences of being a real nigga sometimes, right? So now, instead of giving us the real nigga, here's how it went, the real nigga shit is, I gotta sit and push it down and hold it for the rest of my life. And you'll never know. And now I'm gonna be the real nigga, because now y'all gonna not know my perception. Sometimes letting everybody else build the narrative is more peaceful for you, is the more real nigga situation, but now the narrative is theirs to run with. Right. So I'm not gonna take away his real nigga shit. But as far as his like decline in the stock, as like the other half of what you were saying, I believe words are very important. I believe words mean things. It's the reason, like I when I first started rapping, I was a lot more conscious, and I started making more bops, because I didn't want to be the voice that reminded people of the struggle. I wanted to be the voice that helped them escape from the struggle. Even if I mention the struggle, it's still on some Future shit. But Future is one of the most depressed beings, and whether it's dealing with love, whether it's dealing with drug addicts, whether it's dealing with whatever the things, he's going to say that in the bop. I remember when the meme first came out of, we're dancing to a man's pain, right? A man's therapy. But at the end of the day, it's like people don't always want to know that they're slaves, right? They want to have that. The slaves were singing in the cotton fields, right? And that was their escape for the day, right? They found joy in that, even in being slaves. So, like, for me, words really, really mean things. And when you run with the fall off, right, and that is your running point, is the fall off of one of the best rappers ever, that's what you're gonna get, right? When you like, rest in peace Juice WRLD and Lil Peep and rappers like this, when you really call on a lot of things like death, like overdose, and like things like that, these words mean things. It's called spelling, because we're casting spells, right? These words are actually manifesting reality. So if you want to manifest the fall off, I don't never want to manifest the fall off. I would never call my last album the fall off. I don't know like where that kind of went and his thinking behind that, but that's what he got. And I think he got the most authentic fall off. I don't think anybody's ever going to look at him how they looked at him in the peak of his career towards the end of it or after it. But I think he succeeded in the fall off gimmick. I think 100%. 100%. He's still a real nigga, but he's such a real nigga, he fell off, you know. And it's like it's like Hov said, you know, like Dark Knight feeling, die and be a hero, or live long enough to see yourself become a villain. And Cole died the hero. JCole died the hero, and JCole is dead now, and he fell off.
That's real. That's real. That's a perfect way to end that perception on him. That's a perfect way to end the perception on him.
Got the quick stop.
I can't disagree with that at all. Like, I love that. That was perfectly worded, bro. Trippy, I'll throw it right back to you. Any final thoughts? Any final thoughts on Cole, the album of the fall off, or Cole overall?
Hell of a career. Hats off. I hope this truly is his retirement. He goes and finds something else to do, and it's just as passionate about. But as far as the album, I'll take this one as the retirement album. I'm gonna cherish it. I'm gonna love it. I'm gonna listen to it again and again.
Yeah.
There are probably 8 to 9 songs on this too. I'll probably never listen to again.
Mm.
Those three, the Villas, it may be sometimes Old Dog, but definitely I love her again. Um, those are gonna get ran as a whole. I see what he was doing. He is one of the best lyricists to ever record on a microphone. I think he's proven that time and time again, and I'm interested to see. I think overall, J. Cole's career is going to put him right in that J. Cole place, but I
Mm-hmm.
think I think that place is more that Wale place. That's why I was interested to hear you say Wale, because there's always that top three, and I think J. Cole has always
Flirted with
kind
that
of like not even flirted with it, but done just enough to make
to
it.
be there.
I
Right?
agree.
He's never
I agree.
really like a lot of people had him at 2. At
Mhm.
one point during that off-season run, I was putting him at 1.
Mhm.
During off-season first-person shooter, boom, boom, boom. Like I was like, damn, he's figured it out how to do both, right? And at this point now, I think like J. Cole is going to be considered a top 10 rapper. And like, I don't think there's any slight at that, but it's always a little funny hearing number 7 talking about being the best, right? And I think that's how it's going to age. I don't think it's going to age better. I think it's going to age worse.
I agree.
And I think it's going to be, damn, in 10 years, 15 years, it's going to be, damn, number 7 was really talking like number 3. Damn. But that's real my final thoughts. As far as the It's a Boy, I don't need it. I don't think it should come out anytime soon. I don't think he should have dropped a mixtape. I think if it's going to be more monotone Cole, he rapped a lot in the same tone in this album. He rapped a lot in the same tone for the whole song on a lot of songs. And I just don't need a flux of that. Not to keep mentioning my GOAT, but Future Future dropped 3 albums in 2024, all went number 1, but all sound dramatically different from each other. Dramatically different from each other. He
Run
gave
we'll never see again.
I hope you know Future's in my top
well,
3 too. By the way, Future is up there
unless
for
Future
me.
does it again. I mean, his run from Monster till now is crazy, but this is not a Future podcast. But
We
my
can make
point
it.
is right. My point is right. Like we don't trust you. Great rap album, sparked off the beef. We still don't trust you. Great like melodic R&B house elements. Then mixtape Pluto for my street niggas, right? And that's when you can flood the streets like that. I got my young boys putting me on Young Boy right now, right? And as of last year, I really got him. Like I got Young Boy. I'm not
I
too
can't
old,
do
right?
it.
But the Master album, I'm like, this Master album's incredible. If he drops this 7 tracks, this is a classic album, right? But he's dropped 2 to 3 30-song projects since this album, and I'm still listening. How the fuck do y'all do? He's like, no, you gotta listen to this new one. I'm 2 albums behind, kid. And the thing about YoungBoy is a lot of that music sounds the same. So it's harder for me to listen to 90 songs of it sounding the same versus 90 songs of Future, where this one's rap, this one's melodic, this one's house, this one's got Tim's on it, this one's a Sade
Shows the
flip.
artistry.
You understand? Like even down, there's different rappers that can do it and different rappers that can't. J. Cole's not one of those rappers that can. Kendrick can give you 3 different albums in 1 year. He can give you a Damn, a Mr. Morale, a GNX. You know, like Cole he doesn't have that diverse. That I just think the mistake was making it a double album. If this is not a double album, it's a perfect album. If it's not a double album, and there was no reason for him to go for a double album. It's no reason. And that's what I got on it.
And
you don't believe Might Delete Later's a little bit different for Cole? You believe that's like in the same? Because I feel like that one's more different.
I was too biased when that came out. I was too biased to even listen to it. Like it took me a while to listen to it. I didn't want to hear anything from J. Cole at that point.
Timing,
and then it came after the off season, so I definitely didn't want to hear it.
Got you.
Like the off season to me is his best work.
I agree. For this album, I think it's going to be an album that I listen to forever, low key. Like I think it's going to grow on me that much, and I think a lot of it is not like timepieces. So like it's just about him and his experiences. So like a lot of the music is timeless, kind of. It's not like he's pointing at specific like different things, but um I think this is an album that's just going to I'll probably play for a long, long, long time. I think um I think it'll eventually be my favorite album from Cole. The double disc doesn't bother me as much because it to me it's just like I think once I get to some of the other things on disc two, I like usually when I play his music, I play his albums in like order, right? Like I don't really jump around much. So I listen to disc one or disc 29 a lot. And then disc 39 is like kind of just pleasant when I get to it. You know, like when I get to it on that listen of the whole thing, and I get to some of these songs, I'm like, oh shit, I forgot this song's on. I get this song, and I start to appreciate it a little bit more. Yeah, I'm as far as him as a whole, if this is his retirement album, I'll take that as well. And
Dennis, you sparked a question for me, and
what's up?
I got it for you and Jam. I want you both to answer.
Yeah.
Where I know it's very, very early, but just
Yeah.
off of the first month of it being out, where does this rank in Cole albums for you? And you don't have to give a specific answer, top 3, top 5, but just like, is this a top? Like, is this fighting for the one of the top spots in Cole
Yeah,
albums?
this is right after off season to me. This is
I think
I think it'll pass off season, low key. I think at the end of the day,
Forest Hills Drive for you.
It might be top 5 for me.
Is off season better than Forest Hills Drive to you?
Ooh.
Not to me. I like Forest Hills Drive. I think.
Okay, yeah.
I gotta look at those. I gotta.
Yeah,
read.
those
I mean,
are
get
actually,
off my dick. Like,
yeah,
hands
those are
in the head, you know.
I think Forest Hill Drive is still the pinnacle for me with Cole. Then it's off season. I really like KOD, and then it might be this.
Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, it's off or it's Forest Hills Drive off season and this, but I think this will end up passing both of them for me.
Maybe for me. I really also. It's also a timing thing. Like it's hard for me to like rank certain things because as time goes on or like my mood that I'm in, like certain albums surpass others. Because I also really love his debut album. I love his debut album a lot.
Yeah. You talking about the Sideline Story, or you talking about the
Sideline Story when he bro, that intro where he samples Kingdom Hearts 2? Come on, bro. Yeah. I'm like, bro, like Dollar in a Dream. It's all a nigga got.
Rise and Shine. Oh my god, one of the best songs.
God Gift. Oh my god, bro. Like, so it's hard. He's
got a good discography for sure. I just I'm loving this album. I'm loving this album more and more. And forgot what I was about to say, but yeah, I mean, this is gonna be an album I think I just listened to for a long, long ass time that I just could continue to appreciate. So
I do think he's gonna retire based off of what y'all saying. It kind of put things into perspective for me. Do I want him to retire? I don't. When people like retire, things like that, I don't know if I care per se. Like I don't. Like, this ain't LeBron. Like, to me, this ain't the GOAT retiring. Like, I'm never going to get music from him again. Like, oh, my God. Like, and I know some people feel like that. Don't get me wrong. Like, and that's not to knock anybody that does. It's just not that for me. I think to Trippy's point earlier, I personally might see, I don't even know if I got Cole in my top 10 all time. I might have Cole like in my top 15, 20 all time. There's just so many great rappers that I mean, from my sister's decade to my sister's generation to my generation to some people now that I'm just like, man, like, and again, I'm not trying. That's not me trying to throw any knock at Cole. I think rap, to our points earlier, it's way more than just lyricism. It's way more than just lyricism, and the accolades and things like that. There's an artistry to it, and I feel like Cole is very much a one-dimensional rapper for a long time for me. Not saying he can't do the bops.
He doesn't need to. He made himself that. He made himself that.
Yeah,
he doesn't have to be.
But I have to judge it based off that.
Yeah, right. I know that's me talking as a fan. That's like, I wish you could. I know it's there. Like I know it's there. You can give.
But Dennis, in your JCole fan defense, right? Yeah. There's nothing wrong with being top 15. There's nothing wrong with being top 12. Like
at all.
there are millions of artists, hundreds and thousands of rappers, right? If you're top 15, I'd love to be top 15. You feel me?
You feel
So
me?
it's cool, but it's just again when top 15 starts talking like top 5.
That's
That's when
that's
you
my
run into
point.
the
That's my
problem.
point. That's my point. And so for me, it's I love Cole. I'm always love Cole. I played some of the album for Shorty. Like I told you, I put some of them joints on a playlist, and some of the other songs she was like, "Yo, this is nice." And
That's brave.
she's not into like rap like that for real. Like she's more like dance hall music, Caribbean Islander music, like like traditional like R&B, like 90s R&B. Like she don't really. Her favorite rapper for a while was Dot. It was Kendrick. You know what I'm saying? So like, and she's from California, so you know what I'm saying. That's a little bias there. I think
Where's
also
Kendrick for
that
both of y'all? Where do y'all see Kendrick?
like all time.
Yeah, like
Top
all time
five.
or just top
Top
five?
five. Now, is he in my personal top five?
Yeah.
No, but I think overall, with everything it is to be a rapper or overall artist, I think he got it. I don't know if I would
right
put
now.
him. Yeah, I was
Or
about
you
to say,
talking
are
about
you talking about
overall,
right now?
like forever? You talking about right now, Dennis, or forever?
Both. Yeah. Like where do you?
Forever, he's top 10. Right now, he's top 2.
Whew, okay. So for you,
All
it's Future and
time.
Kendrick.
Yeah.
I love that. Because
Yeah, absolutely.
I love that.
Absolutely. Okay,
That's crazy.
like for because one thing, right? Like so for me, I always say Good Kid, Mad City. The fact that is an audible movie, right? Now, check this out. My Crazy Life, Good Kid, Mad City, literally the same movie, 2 different perspectives. Okay. Those 2 albums, right? Like the storytelling, that's also another aspect of it. And like Kendrick he's found the lyricism. He can rap over Mike Will, made it beats. Even the Mike Will album, not only is it fire ass music, but some of the topics I won't even talk about that he's delving into that other people will get in trouble for talking about, right? Not only that, the concept of the album going forward and backwards, telling 2 stories in the same, like it's something that like is generational talent that's a top 10, top 5 of today, and top 10 and maybe can jump higher, right? Like it's not it used to be, I'm ashamed at how close, like, all right, I used to not fuck with The Weeknd. I fucked with Party Next Door so much, I used to not fuck with The Weeknd. And eventually, my homie put me on The Weeknd, I was like, damn, I couldn't believe I was shitting on this, right? Or I couldn't believe I was just choosing sides. And I look at Kendrick and Cole the same way now. Like, I can't believe we even really compare these 2 artists. To me, it's like comparing... Like I can't even believe we compare these 2 artists.
I used to have Cole way higher than Kendrick. Like I was like, bro, there's nothing that Cole can do to me that will ever make
not way higher.
Like,
that's kind
of
crazy.
I had him way high. I had Cole and Wale so much higher, and then Kendrick dropped Damn, and I said, there's nothing that these 2 artists can ever do to me that will ever put them on the pinnacle of what Kendrick can do. To me, Kendrick's Damn album is still the pinnacle of a rap album.
Fucking rap.
Like it's just in general. Like I don't think anything can ever get better than Damn. When I listen to first off, it's front like Trippy just said, it's front to back,
then back to front,
and then back to front. He has the bops, the lyricism, the storytelling, the different flows, the different. One thing people don't like to talk about with Kendrick, I guess maybe they do. I don't see too many people talk about it though. He's animated as hell, like on some Eminem or Nicki Minaj shit.
For sure.
The fact that you can do that as a rapper is insane. No, not
like Young Thug, where he uses the instrument, his voice inflections as an instrument. But not only that, like you said, bro, it's produced heavily by, shout out, y'all probably didn't watch the verses, but the most recent verses winner, Mike Will Made It, who also just dropped a song with Young Boy and Sosa, which is amazing. Mike Will Made It. You got one of the best producers out of Atlanta to make sure that not only are you the best lyricist, but every song is going to have the car door shaking.
Fire.
Every
song. The car test. You got to always have a car. I feel like that's the thing when people make music too. Like, go ahead, my bad.
Yeah, that's been my whole thing with Cole. Is like I feel like he doesn't have that Damn album. He doesn't have that, and it's like he can make. But I know it's there. Like that's the thing that I hate so much.
This one was getting there.
It was getting there, right? I know, and this too should have just been a continuation of that.
He had too much. I think that this 39, it has too much introspective rap on it. And in a day and age right now, He's always gonna
Always
do
is.
that, but in a day and age right now, like even Nas doesn't do that often, bro. Like with all the like Light Years that just came out with DJ Premier, that's still like old school New York. You riding on the subway, bopping your head. Like Cole's too much like you sitting there and you doing this.
He teases
You
you
doing
with it
this.
though. Like he teases you.
You doing that the fucking the holding the stat. You know what I'm talking about? Like
Yo,
Shakespeare
for real,
shit,
yeah.
bro. Like
He
I don't gotta
teases you
teach.
with the bops though. Like he teases you with the bangers because like he remember what was the song that came out before the fall off is inevitable, right? Remember the music video and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And then what did he tease at the end of that song? Who the is you, right? We are all like, oh, this song's gonna be crazy. The album's gonna be crazy because of that, right? And it's like it's kind of just like it's sprinkled in there, and then it's just going
And I
back to
get
like
it.
retrospective because that's always who Cole's gonna be. But like,
That's who
man,
he is, and that's also what he's trying to bring. Like that's what hip hop was
right,
originally, right? And so that's what
right.
he feels like needs to be at the
Is the
forefront.
purest thing, yeah.
But it's like, bro, we don't
He's capable.
all want
That's
that
the
anymore. Like
thing.
hip hop has, and that's an old head mentality, bro. Like hip hop has changed. It has evolved. It's so much bigger than.
LL Cool J made Headsprung.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, if LL can do it, J. Cole, what the fuck?
Hey, we gotta leave that there. We gotta leave it right there. I gotta ask because I didn't ask before. We went straight into the J. Cole joint. So before we get out of here, I want y'all to plug where people could find you at. You know, follow your stuff at, but also what have you been? So we always talk about it at the intro of my pods, but I again forgot to ask y'all that. So because this was a podcast about music, I always say, what are y'all nerding out to? I'll keep that in there. What have y'all been nerding out to? But it could be what you're watching, what you're reading, what you're playing, or now what you're listening to.
What y'all listening to?
Yeah, Trip, go ahead, go first.
All
and
right,
where the people to find you at?
Well, first off, definitely at Lord Trippy LXRD Trippy on everything. Definitely sub to my YouTube. I'm streaming every Sunday over there right now. I got a song dropping at the end of the month called Bip, produced by co-producers from the label. We got these basement hoodies that we're working on right now, ESRB Jones. We just working real hard at the label. A lot of music coming soon. Got a lot of more freestyles I'm gonna be dropping this year. Just looking to create. But I'm a lot more interested in what we've been listening to because I gotta give some credit to this Jordan Ward album. Please listen to this Jordan Ward album. R&B, especially male R&B, is in such a shitty state right now. It's terrible. And this Jordan Ward album is breathing new life into me. It's called Backward. So far, that album, I've been running that joint on repeat. The Don Toliver album, I haven't finished it yet, but the first half of it, I can't wait to finish it. It's nuts. Yeet is another one who was like Young Boy, where I didn't get it at first, but now I'm fully on Yeet. And that Yeet song on the Don Toliver album, incredible. And the last thing, I'm still listening to Rocky. I really like the Rocky album.
Same.
I think as much as I said this when the Fall Off first came out, as much as this was a peak J. Cole album, that was a peak Rocky album. That was worth the wait. It was everything I wanted it to be. It showed ASAP Rocky in true fashion. And I mean, there's songs I'm still running from it. Helicopter, Robbery with Doechii is crazy. I mean, it's just like even the first song, Order Protection, like the flows, the beats.
You can honestly let that album play for I really like that album.
Bruh, that's an album you can really let play through and just do anything to. So I mean, I'm really tuned in to a lot of that. As far as watching His and Hers, I was watching His and Hers on Netflix.
I just finished that. We just finished it yesterday.
I hated the ending. I loved every episode except the last one.
Really?
I hated the ending. I hated the fact that he was the person. I was cool with it being Big Back. If Big Back was the murderer, I would have got it, right? But the fact that it was who it was, I was like, ugh, okay, whatever. What else? The Fallout show. I was late to the Fallout show, but I just finished and caught up with it. Oh my God, it's the best video game adaptation. I feel so bad for the Halo fans because this show, I mean, it brought me right back to Fallout 76. I started playing Fallout 1 a little bit, like one of the best. It is the best video game adaptation. Other than that, I just nerded out at the State of Play. Metal Gear Solid Master
Mm-hmm.
Collection Volume 2, Metal Gear Solid 4, finally freed from the PS3. I've been walking around with a PSP trying to play Peace Walker. It's the only Metal Gear Solid game I haven't completed, but now it's finally free to play on my 5. So I've been nerding out about a lot of stuff. The Jill
Yeah.
Scott album I need to get to as well. I didn't listen to, but that's me. Larry June and Currency. That's probably it. That's probably it. My last thing. What about
Dennis,
you?
what about you, Dennis?
Yeah, Dennis at Casual Den, 2 N's. Yeah, just
Underscore in the middle,
no,
isn't it? Oh, it's
no,
no
no,
underscore.
no, there's no underscore, no underscore.
Oh shit! My bad. My bad. My
It's
bad.
just Casual Den. You're good. Just like as far as what I'm listening to, listen to all kind of things, man. I've been listening to a lot of like anime stuff too now, a lot of anime music. Um, that Wale album still spinning. I really like that one. I'm just got put on to Nick Grant. I didn't know who that was, but I like a lot of his he can rap, like he's a lyricist. I was actually listening to somebody review the Cole album, and they were talking about Nick Grant. Like, if you like hip hop, you should listen to Nick Grant. I was like, okay, all right. I put on his latest album. I was like, okay, I was impressed. So I've been listening to that. I know LMA just dropped.
Mm-hmm.
I've been listening to that a little bit. Don Toliver, Octane. I did finish that. It is a good album. And then just some other R&B stuff. I've been listening to ASAP Rocky's album. And then other R&B stuff I've been listening to. But yeah, that's
Coco Jones. That Coco Jones album from last year. I don't know if y'all heard it.
Okay. They did put
Ty Dolla $ign too. Nobody mentioned the Ty Dolla $ign from last year.
He had an album last year?
Exactly. And it's incredible. Hey, nobody knows about it. And it's amazing. There's no marketing budget in music at all today.
Tycoon.
It's incredible.
I heard that. Yeah, it was good.
It's an amazing album. Him and Leon Thomas have a song called Mixed Emotions. Oh my God.
Okay.
Listen to that album when you leave this, Dennis.
All right, will do. As far as what I'm watching, I just have my anime stuff. I just finished His and Hers.
Wonder Man. I'm sorry to interrupt, but
Wonder Man 2. Yeah. Wonder Man, definitely just finished that. And then just a bunch of anime shows, the weekly stuff that me and Jen be talking about all the time. Hell's Paradise. I'm trying to catch up on Jujutsu Kaisen manga before I dive back into the anime. Trying to think what else. Movie wise, I just made Allie watch that Super Mario Bros. Movie to get ready for the second one. And then man, me and Jam on the hype train of Doomsday. So we be on the podcast. So we're tapped into all the rumors and news leaks and stuff that's surrounding Doomsday, and can't wait. It's supposed to get this damn Spider-Man trailer sometime soon. But,
I'm gonna pick y'all brain after this if y'all got some time.
But that's about it. What's up, Jam?
Yeah, man. Y'all know where to find me. Pretty much Jam Session. Just replace the E with an X on everything. I appreciate everybody that tapped in. Pretty much everything that these guys said, I'm listening. I'm watching. All my anime, Hell's Paradise, My Hero Academia Vigilantes, Jujutsu Kaisen, Sentenced to Be a Hero, Fire Force.
Yeah.
All caught up with that stuff. Knights of the Seven Kingdom every Sunday. God, it's so good, bro. So good. And it's I need like 20 seasons. Me and Dennis joke about this all the time. We need so much of this show.
Yes.
Watching Hijack season 2 on Apple TV. It's been interesting with Idris Elba. Cross season 2 is back, and bro, I this is a hot take, but I really, really, really want Aldis Hodge as the MCU Black Panther. If he's not gonna be Black Panther and James Gunn does not bring him back as Hawkman, I would love for him to be Black Lightning. He's just got it, bro. He just has it. Highly recommend that. Abbott Elementary is currently on a hiatus which is crazy because it's Black History Month. So the fact that they did the spring break right now.
What does Cross come on?
Amazon Prime Video.
Really?
Yeah, crazy. It's based off books, and it was they did a movie with Tyler Perry in it. He was Cross, but the show is
okay.
Yeah, but no, the show crazy, bro. Absolutely insane.
I'm gonna check it out.
As far as what I've been playing, still doing my Pokemon Legends Z through A run.
Yeah.
Um, I have been invested in Avatar Frontiers of Pandora, still trying to platinum that. Now I'm gonna get on probably later on some Helldivers 2 because they just put out a new update. Gonna eventually dive into that new God of War Son of Sparta 2D side scroller.
That looks fire,
Yeah.
bro.
I need it immediately.
I just beat Ghost of Yote. That John was.
I'm almost
Yeah.
close to. I'm close to beating it. I'm almost
I
there.
just beat it.
Nice.
What else? I think that's pretty much
What you
Crimson
listening
Desert.
to, bro? You ain't
Crimson
say what
Desert.
you listening to.
I was about to say the only thing I'm gonna be honest with y'all. The only thing I've been listening to
Cole.
lately is Bad Bunny, man.
Ooh,
Bad
Hey,
Bunny.
there
We
we
had
go.
that
hey.
Super Bowl, so I was like, I need to get in my culture a little bit, but well, one part of my culture. But yeah,
Bro, and to me the album with Desportes de la Playa, and that to me that's his best one. I like the new album. DTMF is cool, but I still find myself with like Nevoyo. That one is fire.
yeah.
But that Una Verity, that one,
The Heart album, the
the
Heart
Heart
album.
album,
I
that
know what you
John,
meant.
that's the one. That's the one.
That's like his essential album. I feel like if you want to ever get tapped in with Bad Bunny, that's the one to
Benito
go
with
to. Yeah,
Benito,
yeah.
yeah, that's the one.
But that is it, man. I appreciate y'all for both pulling up, and I don't think I've ever had a pod this long, 2
Thank you
hours.
for
So
having us, bro.
for
Yeah.
anybody that's watching as well, I appreciate y'all tapping into the whole episode. And pretty much here asking, having us answer the question to the episode: did J. Cole fall off?
Yes.
Until next time. Until next time, y'all be easy, man. Peace, gang.